How's it going, peeps? Welcome back to Viva La Coin. I am Joe. Even if you couldn't recognize me, as I have shaved the beard off of my face, we've come through a very tumultuous winter, and now that daylight savings day just hit, I thought it was time to let the old face breathe. But I do appreciate you coming back for more content. And today what we're going to cover is not only a quick snapshot of Bitcoin's all-time high and a little comparison to what it was doing in 2017 at this point, but what you should be aware of when it comes to your $1,400 stimulus check, what people are asking me to say about where you should invest it, and what the honest truth is behind where I believe you should put it. Now, ultimately, I am not a financial advisor. If I were, I would tell you to just put it into my bank account because it's probably better in my hands than in yours. However, I am not. I have no accreditation, no specific degree that's going to say, oh yeah, don't worry, trust me, I'll make you money. Instead, I'm just going to look out for your well-being and tell you the truth of the situation. So let's just jump into it and get a little more context as to what is to come. So let's first take a quick look at Bitcoin itself at $59,800. So we actually went up to a new all-time high of 61,500, give or take. So we blew right through the $60,000 mark, which it was surprising to no one, at least not to me, because I've been saying time and time again that we are going to continue doing these legs up until the end of the bull run. Now, most people, when they see in the news, they're like, oh, well, all these negative articles came out about Bitcoin while it was dropping. Yeah, they have them prepared because they're going to freak you out. And then when you sell, when you panic, they buy. And I will buy. If you sell your Bitcoin, I will happily buy it from you for cheaper. However, when we look at the chart that I showed you guys videos ago, when I was talking about what was likely to come for the dips to mentally prepare ourselves, I showed you this graphic that was tweeted out some time back. This is the 2017 bull run, and we had several 30 to almost 40% corrections over the course of that time, and every fucking time it was, this is the end of the run. Oh, Bitcoin's a failure. It's never going to work. Oh, something was hacked. Oh, your bank's going to block it. Oh, the U.S. government this. It's all fucking noise because these banks and these institutions and every smart long-term investor of Bitcoin, they are holding. No one is selling with the intent of selling. They are either selling to dump the price or it is people just selling because they're panicking and they don't know what they're doing. And the sad part is there was a chart that was showing that almost all the wallets that sold outside of the couple that were the bigger ones dumping it were new investors, people that bought between $40,000 and $50,000 that sold out and they're not buying back in. And that was it. Game over for them. And I think that that's a damn shame. So that's why I want to educate you on this. And if you look at these dips, the current Bitcoin chart starting to get dips like that, looking very similar. We got these big, upswings, downward consolidation. Big upswing, downward little consolidation. And guess what this is right here? I'd venture to say probably a big upswing until some downward consolidation. Now, this is going to be a great segue into what we're going to talk about in this video, which is where should you put your $1,400 stimulus check if you're getting one from the government? And I had a couple people ask me this question, and ultimately the answer is not going to be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. So just like with Bitcoin, I could tell you where I think it's going to go. Not just in this leg up and in the bull run and then beyond. I could give you those projections. And to be honest, it would be good for me because since no one else knows what the fuck is happening, I could sit here all day and tell you Bitcoin is going to $100,000. And that could just be the caption to all my videos. Ethereum's going to be $5,000 by the middle of April. Oh, dude, just slap that in a caption. Go ahead, toss your money into it. Although we know the market's going to continue to go up, me telling you that doesn't do shit for you. And in fact, it gets people wrecked because they rush into things that they do not understand and invest their money into those projects and then panic and sell. The reason why my videos, especially when I broke down the longer form about Binance Coin and the Binance ecosystem, or Cardano, or what is Ethereum and why I put an update video, or what is Bitcoin, isn't to bore you. Because you look at all these bigger creators and they'll put out like 10, 15-minute videos just talking about where the fucking prices are going day in and day out. And they'll get tons of views and it pings the algorithm. But you need to be educated on what the projects are. Because, for example, Cardano. I love Cardano. I do believe it's going to continue to outperform almost every other cryptocurrency over the course of the bull run. And it's already up 1,500% so far in this bull run. It went from 2 cents all the way up to at its highest, $1.48. Now, do I tell you take your stimulus check and dump it all into Cardano? Well, I mean, it's already up 1,500%. So you could, and yeah, it might go up more, but they just had a bunch of big news and updates come out. They might not start pumping again for another month or two, where other ones might. So what do people do? They throw $1,400 into Cardano, and then it might go down to 90 cents and consolidate for 2 months. And they're watching Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency shoot to the moon, and they panic. So they sell for cheaper than what they bought, and then they buy into some massive fucking candle going to space. Let's say Ethereum pumps up to $3,000-$4,000. They'll buy less Ethereum than they could have at first with the Cardano money left over that they already lost part of. And then as soon as they buy in, Ethereum will stall out and Cardano will pump. That's just the way that these markets operate, and that's how people lose their money. Now, you could go back and I could say, well, Binance Coin, they're a ecosystem coin. We talked in depth about them. I love their project, and they went from like $20 up to $313 super quick. Go ahead, dump all your money into them. Well, you could, and I mean, I think Binance Coin has room to run. It could be well above $1,000 by the end of this bull run. But do I think it's the best bet right now? No, I don't. And part of this, it has to come back to me, because whether it is these larger YouTubers that have an audience that they're telling them to do something, or if it's me with 50 viewers telling you to do something, my opinion of what I'm going to tell you, if I'm not careful, is detached from reality. Because I have to step back and think, if I only had $1,400, where do I put it? And everyone is in this mindset. They get so wrapped up in it. I already have 40 plus cryptos I'm invested in, significant amounts in. I already have the luxury, thankfully, for being in this space early, to then say, oh, I'd take that $1,400 and throw it into this one random degen project that is a small cap that might fail, but holy shit, it might go to the moon. But if I tell you that, if I give you these low cap gems, if I tell you that I love Cardano, if I think Binance Coin is great and I tell you to put your money into that, it may not be what's best for you. So here's what I want to say. First and foremost, if you're new and you have yet to invest, Bitcoin needs to be a part of your portfolio. It just does. Because even if we do get a massive correction at the end of this bull run, I don't think it's going to be for much less than where it's at right now. The only thing that's going to knock it down back to 20,000 or below is going to be when the whole economy goes. But we're going to have bigger issues at that point, and then it's going to rebound because people are going to buy it anyway. So in my opinion, it should be at least 50% of your crypto holdings. For me, I try and keep it about 60%. So 60-40, 40% in altcoins, but enough Bitcoin to where I'm good. I can now be a little bit more risky with my altcoin plays, and I also have an incredible high risk tolerance. I will eat risk all day, just like a fucking bowl of cereal. People aren't wired like that sometimes, and I don't want to tell you to do things if I think there's going to be immense volatility, if the project could fail, if someone were to ever, and we're not a big channel, but if someone ever paid me to tell you something just for the sake of shilling some bullshit project out, YouTubers will buy a bunch of some random low cap coin and then throw it out to their followers. So they go and buy it and it pumps it up and then they dump it right on top of them. You have to be careful of this. And I'm telling you this because if you're watching other channels besides me, which I'm guessing you are, because although you enjoy a new Hawaiian shirt every video and I'm going more in depth in my stuff, you want those quick fixes. You want more knowledge. I haven't covered most of the space yet. And you're going to be taking advice from other people. So I'm telling you, the reason why I do those longer form videos and I'm talking about the projects, and over the course of this coming week, I'm going to be covering Polkadot and VeChain and Chainlink and a few others as well, is because the fundamentals of a project matter more than anything. Second, maybe only to the news, because the news, something big in the news will pump a coin through the stratosphere, but the fundamentals of that will keep it there and keep you from just pump and dumping and shooting up and then losing, because you're never going to time the market perfectly. Crypto moves too fast. Something will go up 100% a day and down 200% in a day. So, you can't go down 200% in a day, but you can lose a fuck ton of money. That's my point. So when you're making these decisions, the fundamentals, why Bitcoin scarcity and its stock to flow model is so important, why Cardano's roadmaps are so important, why Binance's ecosystem is important, and so on. Those are the things that matter when making these decisions. So when I cover these projects and I'm talking about them, I'm not going to come on here and say, oh, you have a $1,400 commission check. Here's what I would do, because I would do something that wouldn't be what you would do. And even if I'm pretending to be in your position and I'm going to put it in, I still in the back of my mind would operate differently just knowing what I know. I'm just saying that. I wouldn't be thinking about it on a baseline. If I was starting out new, my answer would always be 60% into Bitcoin, and then I like Cardano, I like Ethereum, I like Polkadot, I like VeChain. Those are four of my biggest other holdings, and then a series of other coins that I also follow. The fundamentals behind it, where they're going, what's happening in the news, the amount of coins in circulation, whether or not they pumped, those things are all going to be factored in, and I want you to be educated on it so that you can look in the mirror and say, here's the project I believe in. Here's what I think will happen long term. Here's where I want to put my money. Because that's how people treat the stock market when it isn't like GameStop level, roulette. You look at a project or you look at a company, you decide what their mission is, if you like them, if you think they're going to succeed, and that's where you put your money. And the more you understand and the better you get and the more in profit you become, then you can skim a little off top and go down to the projects that haven't pumped yet, that aren't worth billions of dollars yet, and say, this is a new concept. This is something I haven't seen yet. I watched all the videos on these other coins and this is new. I think I want to invest in this. And that's how you grow. And everyone is going to get this sense of fear of missing out, including the institutions, not just people. And for everyone that thinks this is fucking dumb, I'm telling you, as soon as it crosses $100,000, you're going to see people's eyes roll into the back of their head and they're going to run at it with everything they can afford, because I've seen it happen in the last run. Now, with this cycle, when this is over, we have another one coming up, 2022 all the way to 2025, another happening where, guess what? The same thing is going to happen, except bigger. If you are new, do not try and throw the bank at it all at once and bite off more than you can chew. I know you're going to want to. Especially if you're already in it a bit, you're going to want to. Please be smart. Please do your research. Please educate yourself on the projects. Please don't FOMO into extreme projections. I don't do projections. I do fundamentals, coin circulation, and what these projects do. Then the hype and the news and everything else will flow in that direction when the time comes. And I will know what projects do what specific things. I will know the partnerships they have. I will know how many are available. I will know how many I can stake, and so on. That's the value. That's the value. And although it's a fever pitch right now, I promise you we're also simultaneously playing the long game. So that's my advice. If you get your $1,400 and you have to invest that into cryptocurrency, or you want to, make sure that Bitcoin is part of your portfolio. Make sure to do your research on the top cryptocurrencies that you're interested in. Go back, watch the videos on the ones that we've covered and watch the new ones that we're going to cover. Share this video with people that are just going to, they're just going to degen into whatever projects people are talking about. And ultimately, make sure that you are in this game for the long run and that you don't jump in, price yourself out, or lose your money right out off the bat. This channel isn't for me to say, hey, buy my course or donate to me or anything other than just to share the content so people know. But this channel is to educate the deep end of the pool fundamentals on the project. I am not a coder. I am not building them, but I want to understand what I'm investing in. And I believe that at the end of the day, you want to as well. I hope that this was helpful. I really do. And I appreciate you for joining me on another episode of Viva La Coin. And I'm going to work on putting these next videos together for you here shortly so that we can all continue to learn together. And as always, until next time, I'll catch you later.